guys. I'm back. This is going to be a general reading for Virgo. And for anything from work to money to relationships, love to family. Take it how it resonates for you. It's a general reading. Time is fluid, so it can resonate before or after the original intended time frame. So I went ahead, Virgo, and pre-shuffled your cards, and we'll tune into your energy in a minute and start pulling some cards. I just wanted to say it is the Virgo new moon that started on the 17th. So I've been feeling your energy wanting to come out sometimes, even in the other readings that I did yesterday. And I was like, no, Virgo, we're going to get to you. Like, take your time. So here we are, Virgo. It is your time. All right. Happy birthday. I've been forgetting to say that when we're on different zodiac signs, but happy birthday. I guess we cross over into Libra after the 23rd. But yeah, I can still say happy birthday until then. So happy birthday, Virgo. All right, let's get into your energy here and see what we got for you. Okay. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Oops, hold on, I gotta open my eyes and then just put these more in the center 1 second. Okay. Messages for Virgo. Hold on. Okay. What does Virgo need to see? Messages for Virgo. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll clear these out of the way. Maybe they won't fall down this time. Turn that down. Okay. All right, Virgo. So you can look at the first row if you want as energy leading up to the last few days into the 19th. And then onward, you can look at the second row as the second week into the 28th and maybe a little bit after. But take it how it resonates for you. So you have the Queen of Swords upright, the Page of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Swords upright, the Five of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles upright, and the Hermit in reverse. Okay, Virgo. With the King of Swords, it's an energy of someone who is wise, that has power and authority, that has the um, mental clarity to see things from a larger perspective, um, but can also be someone who's very stern and can be a little stubborn in certain ways because of his beard that you see here. It shows the wisdom. The birds represent, seeing things from a higher perspective, and the swords are dealing with your intellect or mental clarity, that lack thereof. It would be there for mental clarity, so that is nice. Just watch out for a little bit of stubbornness, not wanting to change something. Um, can't teach a old dog new tricks kind of energy. But we'll see what the rest of the cards say, because I don't necessarily want to say that right now. But so far, pretty nice energy to start out the reading with. Okay, with the Page of Cups in reverse, um, can be an offer that you or someone else hasn't given yet, or doesn't feel is ready to give yet, or they did give the offer, or you did give the offer, and it wasn't received well, because you have the Page of Cups upside down. When the Page of Cups is right side up, you see that he's not a knight yet. He's still young, but he's on his way to hopefully becoming a knight and then a king. That's like the progression, right? And so with this card, you see he's got his small cup. It's a small offering in some way. He's got his prosperity fish there, and there's a lot of change going on around him, but he still is holding on to the little bit that he's got, that he's going to be extending, or you extending, or the person extending in some way. But like I said, when it's in reverse or upside down, it can be the offer is not ready yet to be given, or it was given and it wasn't well received. But let's keep going and see what else we see, Virgo. With the Seven of Swords upright, it talks about you may be carrying too much things on your shoulders, too much responsibility in some way. You see this old guy wearing all these swords on his back, and he's like, struggling to walk with it so heavy. There's even a little kid that's like, "Hey, I'll help you," but he doesn't realize how heavy those burdens are, which is represented by the swords. It can be, since they are swords, a lot of overthinking, a lot of negative thinking, possibly in some way. It just depends on how this resonates for you in your reading, and which theme you're looking into. Um, but yeah, it's not a bad card. It's just a warning card, or not a warning. It's more like showing a possible energy that you could have been in recently, or the person or situation. But it does look like um, there'll be a turn of events, a turnaround of events here with the Page of I'm sorry, with the Five of Cups in reverse. The Five of Cups upright is like crying over spilled milk, and not being able to see that there's still options, there's still cups behind you, you wanting to get across the river to get to the castle, but he doesn't realize that there is a bridge that would be able to let him simply cross over. Um, but he just can't see it right now because he's focused on the wrong things. But since it is in reverse, it's coming out of that energy, um, and hopefully, like, putting some of those burdens down here, since it's following the Seven of Swords. So saying, okay, there's some things that didn't go the way I wanted, or that were too heavy, or too burdensome, but excuse me, but there still are good things. Sorry, excuse me, there's still good things in the world, and there's still people or ways that are able to help me to get to my final destination if I just, turn around. So that's good. That's coming out of that energy. And yeah, it seems like you are being able to come into the King of Pentacles upright energy, which is all about control and having support system behind you. So you see with this king, he's sitting on his throne. He's got his pentacles. He's enlightened. He's got the support with the tree behind him. So that is really beautiful there. And if again, it doesn't have to be about money just because it's pentacles. It can be that he has people around him, like the tree support. It can be time. He has time. He just has a stable energy with his feet on the ground, which is really nice. And obviously, there's fruit above him. So there is some type of fruitful energy there, which is beautiful as well. And you can take it in a lot of different ways, but definitely growth energy. So that is nice. And then Virgo here with the last card, we see the Hermit in reverse. So it could be that there's a little bit of introspection or something that you, the slowing down of something that you don't want to look at right now. Um, it can be a little bit of stagnant energy with it in upside down position because normally upright it's intuition and it's growth and change with the snake here at the bottom of the uh, tree, the edge of the tree on the mountain or whatever. And again, this illumination. So there's could be something that you don't know about yet or you don't have access to yet. It might not be within yourself. It could be um, in the situation or with other people. But I do see that energy there. So let's go ahead and pull you some confirmation cards real quick. See what other messages we can get for you, Virgo. Just give me 1 second here. Yes, all right. Virgo, Virgo. Okay, give me a second here. Clear this out. Okay. Looks like you have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. So with this Ten of Swords in reverse, again, it relates to the Five of Cups in reverse coming out of, looking at only possibly the negative things, coming out of the energy, again, of the Seven of Swords, of this heavy burden that you're perhaps carrying, coming out of some type of anxiety or confusion. So that's really nice, and that's a great confirmation card there for you. And when you do come out of that, it puts you back in your king status because you do have two kings here, diagonally across from each other. Um, with the Seven of Wands in reverse, it can be a celebration energy that is put on hold. Also, support system that isn't fully where you feel it needs to be at right now in some way. It doesn't have to necessarily be a community or people. It can be, like I said, like money or time or something like that. So it's when it's confirming the Page of Cups in reverse and the King of Pentacles upright. it can be that this offer, like I said, wasn't ready yet, um, but it does feel like it could be a nice offer that either you or someone else is giving to you. It's small, but it would have a cause for celebration if it was ready, but it doesn't seem quite ready yet here. Um, but when it is ready, it looks like it'll again bring you into that king status, bring you some stability, bring you some fruitfulness in your life, which is nice. Um, okay, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords, you also see a reef on the top of it, which is celebration. Um, but when it's in reverse, again, it can be putting something on hold. Like it can be seen as the universe is giving you some type of gift because it's the hand of the divine, coming out of the clouds. But when it's in reverse, there's still something that isn't fully illuminated for you yet because you do see those little yellow drops of illumination, whatever they're supposed to be, gold or whatever. um, so yeah, when it's confirming these two cards, the Seven of Swords upright and the Hermit upright, I mean the Hermit reverse, sorry, is until you lay those burdens down and get all the information that you need. Like I said, there could be something that you don't know all the information yet, or you're not able to see through the darkness with all the information, or you're not able to go within yourself to see the answers that you seek. Um, outside that you can see that you can get from yourself. It's a little bit of stagnant energy, but I do think everything does happen for a reason, even though it's like a cliche saying. Um, so, I do think that enlightenment will come to you after you take some time to maybe loosen up a little bit, put some burdens down, and yeah, just really look at something. From a higher perspective, like the King of Swords energy in the beginning of the reading and the King of Pentacles. Even if you don't have the money yet or you don't have whatever, they sometimes say, like, fake it till you make it. So pretend like you have these resources, this extra abundance in your life. Abundance can be health, can be wealth, anything, extra time. Um, because if you do look at the Ace of Swords, either way, okay, these gold coins are raining down this way, they're also still raining down the other way. So I do think that that enlightenment will come to you when you take those steps, okay? So not a bad reading, and you got like some really good energy here. So let's pull you some quick oracle cards, Virgo. Let's get you some spirit animal messages. See what kind of animals want to show up for you. Okay. Additional messages for Virgo's eyes good for September 19th. Additional messages for Virgo's eyes good for September. Okay, you got the camel. Trust that you have the resources to get you through the challenges before you. Um, so yeah, that's pretty perfect for what we were just talking about. Even if you don't have them yet, just put on that energy that you do and that you will get them. Okay. Camels also have great, survival instincts and have, resources with the water in their hump, right? So they've got um, some backup stuff. And I feel like because Virgos tend to have that really organizational side to them and the ability to not, I mean, no one knows what's going to happen in the future, but to kind of put something aside and be like, okay, well, I have this, or I have this person that'll help me through this situation, whatever it may be. But again, just if you If you put on the energy and act like you have it, then you've got it. Okay, let's get you one more oracle card with these little fairy guys. Hold on. Yes, yes, thank you. Okay, final messages for Virgo. Final messages for Virgo. September 19th through 28th. Final messages for Virgo. September 19th through 28th. September 19th through 28th. Okay, so you got the poke. I'm about to see if that. I cannot read this freaking the script on this card. It's like I keep thinking the J's are actually T's. It looks like a P. The poke. Let's find out. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'll just do a quick summarization here. Hold on. Okay, it is a P. Right. It says, oops, sorry. Shapeshifter, good and bad, bad and good, paradox, resolution. He is a shapeshifter. He appears in whatever guise he thinks will be the most confusing to you, depending on his purpose. He is a master. He is the master of arts of illusion and disillusion, holding up distorting mirror to reveal the bad and good and the good and bad. Blah blah blah. Hold on. Let's see. Our paradoxes and confusions are self-created, and the pook need only dress them up a bit, add a little sparkle, and dangle them before us in order to induce confusion. In that confusion, we are likely to believe most anything someone presents to us, just to feel as if we have a metaphorical anchor in reality. His challenge for us is to wake up, to stop projecting our confusions on reality. Once we have seen the truth, seeming contradictions and paradoxes melt away in a manner of realizing the solution to a zen like what is the sound of one hand clapping. Okay. uh, when we get the answer, usually by a burst of insight cutting through the confusion and paradoxes, it always seems so simple, and we wonder how we could have been in such a tizzy about something so simple. We wonder why everyone doesn't understand this is such a very obvious thing. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the point here. Da, 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 da. Um, it is a time for the resolution of the seeming contradictions and paradoxes in the situation. Someone or some part of your situation is cloaked in confusion, and our muddled thoughts must be stripped away, revealing truth. We need to think about the information we need is now available to us. And as soon as we have that burst of insight and get it, it's time for us to make those changes based on the newly clear understanding. Alternatively, it may be a time for us to make a reality check on the good bad labels we put on things. Make a list of the good, possibly even some surprising things about the situation or person, and another list about the bad ones. If you're not in the habit of seeing the good and the bad and the bad and the good, having preferred a black and white world rather than a one with colors, you may need some help in learning to do this. Okay. Interesting. Yes, there's always gray areas. um, yeah, I mean, I think that goes back to the Hermit card that it was in reverse when I was saying, Virgo, that there was some information you still didn't know yet, about a situation or yourself or something that you weren't able to see through the darkness and find a light yet. So maybe this fairy card and that message um, will have you looking at things in a new way. All right. But yeah, not a bad reading. So I'm going to go ahead and end here, guys. I'm going to take a picture, and if you want to check out the screenshots, I'll be posting them on my Facebook page under the readings once I post them there, in case you want to later come back and look at the cards again. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll come back in a little bit and continue on with Libra. All right, see you guys then. Bye.